Down on the bayou, there is no true primary, only what they call a jungle primary on Election Day in November. And a Republican candidate for U.S. Senate is hoping to survive that rumble in the jungle and move to Washington, D.C. Joining me now from Madisonville, Louisiana, Republican candidate for U.S. Senate and retired Colonel, U.S. Air Force, Rob Maness. Colonel, the message I think that the Republican candidates for all offices ought to be delivering right now is very simple, and that's lower taxes, less government, more liberty. It's the Reagan message, if you will, and included in there is the blueprint for success for this country, for the recovery of this country, for the recovery of the economy, for the military, and for the heart and soul of this country. We have the blueprint. It occurred in the 1980s. How close is that to your message?
It's almost right on the target, as we would say in the United States Air Force. We are fighting to restore America as a leader of the free world because the world's on fire. And when America is leading and strong, the world doesn't catch fire as much. We need to secure our borders and get our illegal alien problem under control for prosperity purposes for the American people, the American worker. And for national security purposes. And the latest Islamic jihadist extremist attack out in San Bernardino is just another proof in the pudding, so to speak. And we've got to get our economy growing again. And big government being involved in the economy only keeps the economy from growing, as we can see by the last 8 to 12 years. So we've got to get our act together, ensure our prosperity, ensure our security, and ensure our liberty. And those are the exact messages that men like Ronald Reagan ran on.
Let's talk three issues here. Taxes, foreign policy, immigration. First, taxes. It's the position of this program for a long time that we should go to a consumption tax first, and if not that, at least a flat tax, which would virtually eliminate the need for the IRS. We'd still need Treasury, of course. What's your position on taxes?
I've decided in this campaign that our plank for tax reform is going to be, the target will be the fair tax. I'm going to co-sponsor the fair tax bill that's been in Congress for quite some time. But you know what? Maybe the flat tax concept is the initial step. I'm open to discussion, but the IRS has got to be reformed. The income tax needs to be eliminated. And ultimately, we need to land on a fair tax type system.
Immigration. This program has called for quite some time a halt to all visas at this moment because our visa system is a mess. 40% of the illegal immigrants in this country are getting here through visas, and they're overstaying their visas. Of course, we know overstayed visas helped take down the Twin Towers as well. But down along the border, we support Donald Trump in building a wall. In fact, extending a wall. The wall already exists in Southern California. It just needs to be extended another 1,000 miles or so due east. And essentially militarizing the border because it is. You talk to the guys down there, it is a war zone. What's your position on immigration?
We've got to get the border secure. It is national security. Look, you know, I served our country in peace and war for 32 and a half years. And my last job in the Air Force, I had a 53,000-acre installation with 3 mountain ranges on it and very little fence line. In a southwestern state, in the state of New Mexico. And we had to make sure our southern border was secure because it was within a few days walking distance of the Mexico-American border. And we needed to make sure that no alien or no protester could ever get on top of the national security assets that we were securing. So it can and should be done. I think Donald Trump will get Mexico to pay for the wall. And if Ted Cruz is elected president, I think he'll get Trump to build the hugest wall that there could be built. And we need to get that job finished, and it's already been legislated. Yep. You know, it's already been legislated, and we need to complete the job that was started in the mid-90s.
All right, the Constitution. I've read some of your literature. You say that you're in favor of abolishing the 16th Amendment, which obviously allows the government to tax. You're also in favor of a balanced budget amendment to the Constitution. Some people would call you a radical. I would call you someone who supports an Article 5 Convention of the States. Which is it?
Well, if it means that I'm a radical, that I support the Constitution of the United States and making it stronger so that it is the law of the land as our founders intended it, then by golly, I'm a radical. I believe the Article 5 convention is a concept that we really need to take a really close look at, and I'm not opposed to it, but we need to make sure we do it right and we keep things under control, and we end up with a better Constitution that's under the intent of our founders if we decide to go down that route. And, Mark Levin may be right. It may be the only route left to the people in order to get the right things in place to get back under constitutional law and back to a republic.
Well, good luck in the campaign. Good luck on the jungle primary in November, and we'll be in touch with you, Colonel. Thank you. Coming up next, the odds of an official recession hitting during this presidential election year as the Daily Ledger continues.